Hi everyone, this is Dan LaFave with the Graveyard Shift. Wanted to come out to you today, and of course the sunglasses are coming off. Wanted to talk with you about some paranormal topics. There's a lot of urban legends, a lot of stories out there about the paranormal and supernatural world. One of the stories that a lot of people try to dismiss is the fact that they don't believe that black-eyed children, referred to as BEKS, BEKS, they don't believe that these children exist. The big question with many people that we try to explore are the many different paranormal stories that are out there. A lot of these stories have been around for ages, they've been around for history. There's not many of them, but the stories that are out there are very, very interesting. The witness encounters that people have are very, very interesting. I want to take you a little deeper into the world of black-eyed children as far as the paranormal supernatural world. We can ask these questions to see if they truly exist, and if they exist, what are they? The natural and paranormal world is very mysterious. It is also very real. Some skeptics try to say that this hidden world does not exist, that it is pure imagination. The believers, however, have seen and experienced this world, sometimes in very frightening ways. Come along with Graveyard Shift Paranormal on our deep journey to seek paranormal. Black-eyed children are a very disturbing and scary topic for people to talk about. There are people that simply don't want to hear these stories because of how scary they may be, or the fact that people are skeptic and dismiss these stories as just being imagination of these witnesses. Are these stories real? There are some witnesses who claim that they have actually had very scary and unsettling encounters with black-eyed children, usually at dusk or in the pitch darkness of the night. There have been stories throughout history that appeared to be just myths. But something happened in 1988 to change all this, when journalist Brian Bethel reported of an encounter with two unusually confident and eloquent children who attempted to talk him into giving them a ride in his car one late night while in the somewhat empty parking lot of a movie theater. In his story, Bethel said that he almost opened the door and let the children in until he noticed their eyes were completely black, with no iris or pupils. As he says, as soon as the children realized that he saw something odd, they became angry and very insistent, and he then drove away quickly. In his posting, he implies that these children may have been using some kind of mind control method in trying to induce him to opening the door. There is another encounter out there of another witness. This story is somewhat scary for several reasons. First of all, this person encountered what they believed to be black-eyed children. Second of all, this witness let those children in. And here is their account, verbatim, of what happened that night. I've read many accounts of these black-eyed kids, but I don't think any really come close to what happened to me when I let two into my house. Some people think that if you let them in, that they will kill you. Obviously, I can say that this is not true. This is what happened. I was sitting in my bedroom at home when I heard a knock on the door one night. It was not too late, so I didn't hesitate opening the door to whoever it was. When I opened the door, there were 2 children standing there. Both were looking at the floor. "Yes," I said. The taller one asked if they could come in, as they were lost, and the other boy needed to use the bathroom. I lived in an area where it is very easy to get lost, so I just assumed that they were telling the truth and were looking down because they were shy, even though the one talking spoke very confidently. So I let them in. The one who needed to use the toilet just walked in and straight up the stairs, so I shouted, "It's up on the right." I don't know why I didn't find this strange, but most toilets are upstairs, as he was young and I didn't think anything of it. I told the other one that the phone was down the hall. "Thanks," he said, and he started to walk down the hall. I followed him, and then I suddenly came over with a really awful feeling like something bad was going to happen. I became very nervous and a bit shaky. I still can't explain how that happened. The boy stopped at the phone and paused. I said, "Is everything okay?" He turned to me and looked up, and that's when I saw his eyes. And trust me, I will never get that picture out of my head. I was so scared that I couldn't even scream as I turned to run down the hall. The other kid was standing at the other end. I became very dizzy and struggled to stand up. He walked closer to me and said they had been sent to collect me. I still couldn't bear to look into their faces. I pushed away from him and ran into my front room and slammed the door shut. I was in so much shock about what was happening, I couldn't think straight. This is something that you don't even expect to happen in movies. After standing against the door for around an hour or so, I finally got the courage to make a run for the back door. So I ran to it and unlocked it. I then ran to the back of my garden and jumped over the fence, not once looking back. My friend lived close, so I ran to his house. I told him the story, and as I guessed, he was a bit skeptical about what I had said. I convinced him to come back with me. When we got there, we looked around the whole house, but couldn't find them. Ever since this happened, I have always had a dream that these kids with the black eyes stand over my bed with their hands stretching out towards me. I hope to God that I never ever see them again. A person wonders if these stories are possibly true. There are many myths and stories out there about the paranormal and supernatural world. The reason many of us investigate this world is to see if these stories possibly are true. And by what a lot of us have encountered, we do find that there is a possibility, indeed, that these stories are true.